Many people are surprised when they notice their first gray hair earlier than expected. For some individuals, this happens in their 20s or even teenage years. Because gray hair is commonly associated with aging, early appearance often creates concern and curiosity about possible causes. Hair color is determined by pigment cells called melanocytes. These specialized cells produce melanin, the pigment responsible for hair color. As long as melanocytes function properly, hair maintains its natural shade. When melanin production decreases or stops, hair becomes gray or white. Aging is the most common reason for melanin decline. Over time, melanocytes gradually lose function. However, premature graying occurs when this process happens earlier than expected. Multiple factors can contribute, including genetics, nutrition, stress, and medical conditions. Genetics plays a significant role. If parents or grandparents experienced early graying, individuals may inherit similar patterns. However, genetics does not explain every case. Environmental and physiological factors also influence melanocyte activity. Oxidative stress is another major contributor. Cells naturally produce reactive oxygen molecules during metabolism. Normally, the body neutralizes these molecules using antioxidants. When antioxidant defense becomes insufficient, oxidative damage accumulates. Melanocytes are particularly sensitive to oxidative stress, which may accelerate pigment loss. Lifestyle factors also influence hair health. Chronic stress, poor diet, smoking, sleep deprivation, and environmental toxins can increase oxidative stress and affect nutrient balance. These factors may contribute to premature graying in susceptible individuals. Understanding that hair color depends on cellular health helps explain why nutrition plays an important role. Nutrients support cellular function, antioxidant defense, and metabolic processes involved in pigment production. The key message is that premature graying is not always purely genetic. It often reflects complex interactions between genetics, lifestyle, and internal health. Several nutrients are essential for maintaining normal hair pigmentation. When deficiencies occur, melanin production may decrease, potentially contributing to premature graying. One of the most commonly discussed nutrients is vitamin B12. This vitamin plays a crucial role in DNA synthesis, nerve function, and red blood cell formation. Low B12 levels may affect rapidly dividing cells, including those in hair follicles. Some studies have linked B12 deficiency with early graying. Iron is another important nutrient. Iron supports oxygen transport in the blood. Hair follicles require adequate oxygen to function properly. When iron levels are low, cellular metabolism may become impaired, affecting hair growth and pigmentation. Copper also plays a direct role in melanin production. Copper is involved in enzymes that help synthesize pigment molecules. Insufficient copper intake may reduce melanin formation in some individuals. Folate, another B vitamin, supports cell division and tissue repair. Deficiency may affect hair follicle health and pigment cells. Zinc contributes to protein synthesis and tissue repair. Hair is primarily made of keratin, a protein structure that depends on adequate nutrient supply. Antioxidants, such as vitamins C and E, help protect melanocytes from oxidative damage. Because oxidative stress is linked to premature graying, antioxidant nutrients may support pigment preservation. Protein intake is also essential. Hair follicles are among the most metabolically active tissues in the body. Insufficient protein may affect growth and structure. Hydration and overall metabolic health also influence nutrient delivery to hair follicles. The important point is balance. No single nutrient alone determines hair color. Instead, overall nutritional status supports cellular health, which influences pigmentation. Understanding nutritional factors provides a practical approach for individuals concerned about premature graying. One of the most important biological mechanisms behind premature gray hair is oxidative stress. To understand this concept, it is helpful to know how cells function on a daily basis. Every cell in the body produces energy through metabolic processes. During this process, small amounts of reactive oxygen molecules are generated. These molecules are often called free radicals. Under normal conditions, the body neutralizes free radicals using antioxidant systems. Antioxidants act like protective shields, preventing damage to important cellular structures such as DNA, proteins, and membranes. However, when free radical production becomes excessive or antioxidant defenses become insufficient, oxidative stress develops. Melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells in hair follicles, are particularly sensitive to oxidative damage. These cells require a stable internal environment to produce melanin effectively. When oxidative stress increases, melanocyte function may decline, reducing pigment production and leading to gray or white hair. Several factors increase oxidative stress levels. Chronic psychological stress is a major contributor. When the body experiences ongoing stress, stress hormones rise, metabolism changes, and inflammation may increase. This environment accelerates cellular wear and tear. Environmental factors also play a role. Pollution, smoking, ultraviolet radiation, and exposure to toxins increase free radical production. Smoking has been strongly associated with premature graying in multiple studies, likely due to oxidative damage and reduced blood circulation to hair follicles. Dietary patterns significantly influence oxidative balance as well. Diets lacking fruits, vegetables, and antioxidant-rich foods reduce the body's ability to neutralize free radicals. On the other hand, nutrient-dense diets support protective mechanisms. Sleep quality is another important factor. During sleep, the body performs repair processes, including antioxidant regeneration. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts these mechanisms and may accelerate aging processes. Understanding oxidative stress explains why premature gray hair is not simply cosmetic. It reflects underlying cellular processes associated with aging and metabolic health. Supporting antioxidant defenses through lifestyle and nutrition may help maintain melanocyte function longer. Stress has long been associated with premature gray hair, and modern research supports this connection. The relationship between stress and hair pigmentation involves complex interactions between the nervous system, hormones, and cellular biology. When the body experiences stress, the nervous system activates the fight-or-flight response. Stress hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol increase. These hormones influence many organs, including hair follicles. Recent scientific studies suggest that stress may directly affect melanocyte stem cells. These stem cells are responsible for replacing pigment-producing cells in hair follicles. When stress is intense or prolonged, stem cell depletion may occur, reducing the ability to produce pigment over time. Hormonal balance also plays a role. Thyroid hormones regulate metabolism throughout the body. Thyroid dysfunction can influence hair growth, texture, and pigmentation. Both overactive and underactive thyroid conditions may contribute to hair changes. Sex hormones, including estrogen and testosterone, also affect hair biology. Hormonal fluctuations during aging, pregnancy, or medical conditions may influence pigmentation indirectly. The nervous system has direct connections to hair follicles as well. Nerve signals release chemical messengers that affect cellular activity. Chronic nervous system activation may alter the environment around melanocytes. Emotional stress also changes behavior patterns. People under stress may sleep poorly, eat irregularly, and neglect nutrition. These indirect effects further contribute to cellular imbalance. Understanding the connection between stress and hair color highlights the importance of holistic health. Managing stress is not only beneficial for mental health, but may also influence physical aging processes. One of the most common questions people ask about premature gray hair is whether it is purely genetic or whether nutrition and lifestyle can influence it. The answer is more complex than many assume. Genetics certainly plays a significant role, but environmental factors often interact with genetic predisposition. Genetics determines the baseline timing of melanocyte aging. Some individuals naturally maintain pigment longer due to inherited biological characteristics. Others may experience earlier pigment decline even with healthy lifestyles. However, genetics does not act in isolation. Gene expression can be influenced by environmental conditions, nutrition, stress, and metabolic health. For example, if someone has a genetic tendency toward early graying, poor nutrition or chronic stress may accelerate the process further. On the other hand, optimal nutrition and healthy habits may help maintain melanocyte function longer than expected. Epigenetics is an emerging field that explains how environmental factors influence gene activity without changing DNA structure. Nutrient availability, oxidative stress levels, and hormonal balance can all modify cellular behavior. This means lifestyle choices may partially influence how genetic tendencies appear. Nutrition supports cell repair, energy production, and antioxidant defenses. Even if genetics determine timing, nutritional deficiencies may worsen or accelerate changes. Maintaining adequate nutrient intake supports overall follicle health and cellular resilience. Another important concept is blood circulation. Nutrients reach hair follicles through blood flow. Poor circulation due to smoking, sedentary lifestyle, or metabolic conditions may reduce nutrient delivery even when diet is adequate. A question many people ask is whether gray hair can return to its original color. Scientific evidence suggests that in some situations, partial reversal may occur, although it is not always possible. Hair grows in cycles. Each hair strand originates from a follicle that undergoes phases of growth, rest, and shedding. During growth, melanocytes supply pigment to the hair shaft. If melanocyte activity resumes, new hair growth may contain pigment. Some cases of reversible graying have been reported when underlying causes were corrected. Nutritional deficiencies, especially vitamin B12 deficiency, have been associated with pigmentation changes. After correction, some individuals experienced improvement. Stress-related graying may also show partial reversal if stress levels decrease significantly. Research has shown that hair pigmentation can fluctuate depending on physiological conditions, suggesting that melanocyte activity is not always permanently lost. However, once melanocyte stem cells are depleted, reversal becomes unlikely. Aging-related graying typically involves permanent reduction of pigment-producing capacity. Medical conditions such as thyroid disorders or autoimmune conditions may also affect hair pigmentation. Treating underlying conditions sometimes improves hair appearance. It is important to maintain realistic expectations. Complete reversal is uncommon, but slowing progression and supporting healthy hair growth is often achievable. For individuals concerned about premature gray hair, focusing on practical steps can provide a sense of control and direction. While genetics cannot be changed, lifestyle and nutritional factors can support overall hair health and potentially slow pigment loss. One of the most important areas is balanced nutrition. Hair follicles are highly active biological structures that require consistent nutrient supply. Diets rich in whole foods, including vegetables, fruits, lean protein, healthy fats, and whole grains, support cellular metabolism and repair processes. Protein intake is particularly important because hair is composed primarily of keratin, a structural protein. Insufficient protein intake may affect hair strength and growth quality. Micronutrients such as vitamin B12, iron, copper, zinc, and folate play supportive roles in cellular function and pigment production pathways. Ensuring adequate intake through diet or medical guidance may help maintain follicle health. Antioxidant-rich foods also provide benefits. Fruits, berries, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds contain compounds that neutralize oxidative stress. Since oxidative damage is linked to melanocyte aging, antioxidants support protective mechanisms. Hydration should not be overlooked. Adequate fluid intake supports circulation and nutrient delivery throughout the body, including hair follicles. Stress management is another essential factor. Chronic stress accelerates aging processes in many tissues. Techniques such as physical activity, relaxation exercises, meditation, or hobbies can reduce stress hormone levels and improve overall balance. Sleep quality plays a major role as well. During sleep, repair mechanisms are activated and hormonal regulation stabilizes. Poor sleep contributes to metabolic imbalance and increased oxidative stress. Hair color is often associated with youth and aging, but it is only one visible aspect of complex biological processes occurring within the body. Premature gray hair may feel concerning, but it does not necessarily indicate poor health. In many cases, it reflects genetic tendencies combined with environmental influences. Understanding the biological mechanisms behind hair pigmentation helps reduce fear and misconceptions. Melanocytes gradually lose function over time, and this process is influenced by oxidative stress, hormonal balance, nutrition, and lifestyle factors. Understanding the causes of premature gray hair is not only about appearance, but about health. When you support your body with proper nutrition, rest, and balance, you support every cell, including those responsible for hair color. Your body reflects how you live. and small changes today can influence how you feel tomorrow. Take care of yourself, because real health always begins from within.